is pregnant. It's my child. Baby, I'm so sorry.
Jasil.
Just let me explain.
Jasil, you done brought me in the house of the Lord. That was smart. Pastor, he knew he couldn't have told me this.
Baby.
No other place but where we praise the Lord.
Hey, my gosh, Jasil is funny. Listen, I want to tell you really quickly, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and click on the bell button for wonderful content like this and more. But I want to tell you, when you can laugh about the most painful situations that you go through in your relationship, it is a good sign that you're starting to make a movement away from the core crux of that pain. I mean, pain is not going to go away. You know, when you get a scar on your hand, the pain necessarily isn't the physical anymore. It's the emotional scar, the mental scar, the remembrance of that particular incident. And what we're at with young Jock and Kendra is where a lot of couples get to when somebody cheats as infidelity, and the pain of being reminded about that particular breaking of trust in the relationship can be very difficult to get past. But this particular task that they were given, this particular exercise, was beautiful. Brilliant. One, because they got to mirror each other and they got to see how the other person sees them. And oftentimes we see caricatures of each other. We see these stereotypes. We see mini tidbits of ourselves. And, you know, the other person is capturing your essence. And you're like, is that really me? And what Jasil just did there with Kendra, where he said, where he pretended to be Kendra, and he was like, you know, Jasil, you brought me to the house of the Lord. You know, he's smart person. He knew he couldn't, and it sounded just like Kendra. I can't lie to you. And that's why she started laughing, because she could see herself in him. And many couples need that. They need an opportunity to be able to laugh at one another. And how do we do that? Well, by finding the humor in some of these situations. That means sometimes being able to mirror, look past the surface of each other, looking past the surface of the incident, and actually, you know, being able to see ourselves from another perspective. This is what allows that humor to come in, right? So that task was beautiful because it instantly put Jock and Kendra at opposing ends to see, okay, I can see how you are. Is that how I really sound? Oh, damn. Is that how I really look when I do that? I didn't realize. And it's not just laughter, it's the ability to be self-aware. A lot of people are not self-aware, and they're not aware of how they come across. Whether you're in the right or whether you're in the wrong in a relationship, this is actually a really great exercise. Maybe you can use it at home if you ever get the opportunity to. And it's very hard to, because I'm sure most people might not agree to it. But, you know, it's beautiful because what it does allow you to do is see from the other person's perspective how they see you. And what it allows you to do is make adjustments in your behavior and in future dealings with one another. Because if you see yourself and you say, is that how I really sound? Is that how I really say things to you? Oh, is that what you think I do? Right? Because you might not see it that way, because you might see it completely differently. But the humor comes in when we're able to make light of very painful situations and see the rainbow on the other end. Right? We're able to see some light in the end of the dark tunnel. You know, as time grows, as time moves, we begin to heal as that time comes along. Not every healing comes along with majority of time. Sometimes we need active work to be put in place to be able to begin that healing process. But I think what for Kendra and young Jock, what was important is that Kendra could, you know, she was triggered easily by the fact that they had healed from it and moved from it, but the audience had not. And then having to relive it again in this moment, she was a little bit apprehensive. But actually, when she really got to the other end of the side and her boat had rowed to the other side, she was actually quite thankful for this task. Why? Because she got a new perspective to the point where she said, I need to start letting people trigger me. I've got to start letting people trigger me to a point where I'm losing my rag, right? And that's beautiful, right? And what it also did as well, I guess it would have given her some impetus to be drawn to young Jock again once more, because he's a humorous person. So seeing him in that humorous light, seeing him in a more, smiley disposition, you know, body language much more positive, and him wanting to see the best for her, and him even admitting, saying, look, that really hurt me that time when I did that to her. Having to come and admit to her that I did what I did was very, very painful. And that can help ease the frustration, because usually the frustration is, I think you did it on purpose. Usually the frustration is, I think you're negligent and I'm not as negligent as you are. I think you're trying to hurt me and I wouldn't do that to you. And that's often where the pain comes from. So, guys, make sure you like, share, subscribe. Let me know down below what your thoughts are about this particular episode and young Jock and Kendra